we do have to tell you up front, we will just say it once and we'll leave it at that the reigning world champion, Dexter Patterson, does start this one on pole position, but is racing under appeal. He starts on the left of your screen, 301. He is racing under appeal, so the championship will unlikely be decided at that. We will just concentrate on the race and we'll leave that alone. We know Dexter and the Forza Racing team want to leave that aside. There's still a race to be won here. We'll leave the final result of the title for others to decide at a later point. Dexter, the reigning world champion in 301 on the left of your screen, alongside Mr. Thompson. That's Harry, looking to punch his way into the lead. Starting on the outside of the front row of the grid. That's the British teams, Forza Racing and Ricky Flynn Motorsport. And I use that term punch intentionally. His younger brother, Tommy Thompson, forging a successful boxing career. In fact, his father, Chris, actually flew home last Friday night, to see Tommy, just 10 years of age, as you look at the reigning world champion, Dexter Patterson, on screen. To see Tommy win a bout in London, forging a successful career as a young boxer. Harry Thompson, a successful career as a racing driver. Third in the World Championship. Second in the European Championship. And wants to win the WSK Final Cup. Recently signed by Red Bull. And already with one eye towards 2018. The Ricky Flynn Motorsport team driver on the outside of the front row of the grid. That is Alexei Brijan from outside of Sochi in southern Russia. You can see the Russian flag on his helmet. Now calls Vienna in Austria home, but is proudly Russian. Starts this one out of grid 3 for the team baby race. 3-1-0 for Alexei. That is Evan Mallet from Montpellier in France for the 2016 World Championship winning VDK racing team. Of course, they won that title, the race in Bahrain with Victor Martins. Evan Mallet in the Perilla-powered Cosmic, 353. That is the Czech Roman Stanek, 308, out of grid number 5. Has been knocking on the door and looking to take a win here this afternoon. In the foreground, you just got a glimpse of the legendary Alessandro Minetti, two-time world champion in 1991 and 1994. He is here this weekend as ever with his boy little Luca Bosco in the 3-1-1 baby race. There is Alessandro, one of the finest kart racing drivers of all time. Mentor, coach, mechanic for Luca, starting out of grid number 6. Hugo Sass on screen, the German in the 351 Zanardi kart. Out of grid number 7, has been impressive. And speaking of Germans, there is a link here. That's the Italian Pietro Deleguanti, but he is driving for the KSM Schumacher racing team here this weekend. 307 starts out of grid number 8. 374 is Gabrielle Minnie, the fastest qualifier in the Paralin. He has been superb this weekend, but didn't have the best run in the pre-final. Has been super quick. Fastest in the warm-up, fastest all weekend. Starts out of grid number 9. Alongside the reigning European champion, Johnny, the Englishman Edgar. Hello to everyone watching in Johnny's home. Back home circuit of Rowra, the Lakes District in Northern England. The Forza Racing team pilot, 302. Starts on the 5th row of the grid. Bastian Bus for RS competition. The Dane. Very impressive has the RS competition karts been. Starts out of grid number 11 alongside the Estonian Paul Aron for Ricky Flynn Motorsport. There is Paul, younger brother of former Italian F4 champion Ralph Aron. The Ricky Flynn Motorsport machine. 3 times RFM have won the World Championship. They missed out on the title this year, but they will be back in 2018. Eduardo Villa, how good is it to see the Tibi kart back on the world scene? 21 years of manufacturing for the brilliantly turned out Tibi kart. Eduardo Villa, Perilla powered, 382 on the 7th row of the grid, alongside Francesco Pizzi for Fusion Motorsport, the British teams here in force. Ricky Flynn Motorsport, Forza Racing, Fusion Motorsport, also Piers Sexton Racing. Francesco, the Italian, the Vortex-powered Esprit. That is Leonardo Bertini. Kohler has been impressive. Had a couple of incidents in the heats, but has had tremendous speed in the 329 CRG Road Rebel. Starting on the 8th row of the grid alongside Maya Veg. Now she is the reigning champion in the WSK Final Cup. She won this race 12 months ago. That was in 60cc Mini. She stepped up to juniors. Second race with the Sicilian Luxor kart team, powered by the LKE engine, and she has been superb. She starts this one out of grid number 16. Remember, we started with 60 junior drivers here this weekend. Alex Katalis, the Greek, Japanese, Singaporean driver, also with Forza Racing. Starts on the 9th row of the grid, alongside Giuseppe Fusco, the driver from Naples, who is a former champion of the Final Cup. He won the Mini title way back in 2013, when KFJ was won by Robert Schwartzman and Callum Eilert won KF. Seems like a lifetime ago. There is Alex Katalis. We say hi to his parents, Velos and Akiko, back home in Singapore. The Greek, Japanese, Singaporean driver. Alex has done plenty of laps around the KF1 circuit over on the equator. There is Giuseppe Fusco. Don't mind the Lenzo Kart race suit. It's a Formula K chassis for Giuseppe this weekend. Didn't set a time in qualifying, has had to come charging up through the heats. Starts this one out of grid number 18. On grid number 19, the mighty Moroccan Suleiman Zanfari for Team Lotus. The team run by the legendary Frankie Aruncic, former F2 driver with Surtees back in the 1970s. And Suleiman has come on leaps and bounds, starting out of grid number 19 alongside Dino Boganovic. We also keep one eye out on Luigi Coluccio. Incredibly, he starts this one out of grid number 21. 7 days ago, he started out of grid number 22 and charged through the field to finish second. Can history repeat? Well, we know his parents Sasa and Laura watching on from back home in southern Italy. They're certainly hoping that the Birla junior team driver Luigi can do that. As the 3-minute board goes up. Luigi starting alongside the first of the Brazilians. Take a brief opportunity to say commiserations to Gabrielle Bortoleto, who lost a chain in the final and subsequently does not line up in the final. The boy from Brazil, o menino do Brasil, Kiko Porto, in the 325 RFM kart, starts alongside Luigi, back on grid number 22, as the grid girls prepare to leave the circuit on an overcast day here at Adria Raceway. One of the finest motorsport complexes in Europe, host venue of the WSK Final Cup for the 4th time, having come here for the first event at the end of 2014. You can just see the pits of the car racing circuit in the background. Hosted the TCR Europe Cup, Italian F4 Championship. It's also launching the NASCAR European NASCAR Series display here this weekend. Plenty of hot laps going on in various supercars over the course of the weekend. Even some boxing matches here. The Italian Boxing Championships. There's always something on here at Adria International Raceway. This is the final race for 2017, the final cup for the juniors. The Brits on the front row of the grid. There will be 2 formation laps. As it stands, Alexei Brijan, the Russian, leads the title coming into this second round from Patterson and Thompson. 90 to 81 and 75 points respectively. We'll bring you up to date with that. Unfortunately, Victor Gustafsson, who dominated the last week, does not start the final after being caught up in an accident with Zane Maloney and Kirill Small. Bad luck for the Swede, has to watch this one from the sidelines. Certainly no fault of his own. As we look at the grid, the reigning world champion, Patterson, on pole, then it's Thompson alongside. Brijan, Malay, Stanek, Bosco, Hugo Sass, Pietro Deliguanti, Gabrielle Minnie, and the reigning European champion, Johnny Edgar. Bastian Bus, Paul Aron, Eduardo Villa, Francesco Pizzi, Leonardo Bertini-Cola, Maya Berg, Alex Catalyst, Giuseppe Fusco, Suleiman Zanfari, and the Swede Dino Boganovic. 11th row of the grid is Luigi Coluccio with Kiko Porto, Dmitry Novozolyov, Frederick Kickenberg, Kasper Johnson, Miguel Hoyard, Ji Huang from the Red One circuit over there in Beijing. Great to have you watching us live to all our Chinese fans on the other side of the world. Ji Huang starts on the 14th row of the grid alongside Federico Albanese. Alex Simmons, the Brit, Matthias Torreggiani, the brilliant Brit, Bray Keneally for Piers Sexton Racing alongside Nicolo Kuhlmann, Zach O'Sullivan and Nicole Borda, the American, on the final row of the grid. 16 laps, just over 20 kilometres. 1 lap of Adria is 1,302 metres, 10 metre width. Pretty quick circuit, an average speed of around about 94 kilometres an hour for these junior drivers. Stand by, we are ready to race for the final time in 2017. It will be the reigning world champion, the wee lad from Glasgow in Scotland, Dexter Patterson, to lead the field up to the start. Mr. Thompson on the outside of the front row, and we go green. Brilliant start by Brijan, immediately slots into second spot. Then it's the Czech Roman Stanek. Thompson back to fourth. From the outside of the front row, Patterson leads the first lap of this 16-lap final here at Adria. A relatively clean start as the field gingerly make their way through. Kasper Jansen, the Swede, going wide. Award Racing team pilot, but all 34 drivers will come round to complete the first lap. There is Patterson from Brijan. Thompson having to defend in a third spot as Stanek has a look at the back of Brijan. Hugo Sass, the German, in the Zanardi kart in P5, shadowing Harry Thompson. We check the order for you as they come across the line. It's Patterson, Brijan, Stanek, Thompson, Sass, Bosco, P6. And it's Deliguanti, Gabrielle Minnie, Paul Aron, Giuseppe Fusco rounds out the 10. Brijan leads the championship at this point, runs in second spot behind Patterson, the Forza Racing team pilot. Didn't have a good run last weekend, only finishing in 14th spot. Still on a high after becoming the first ever Scottish World Kart Racing champion in nearly 6 decades of the sport, as Stanek goes down the inside and puts the Russian Alexei Brijan back into P3. They need to move on and do something about Patterson, because he will walk away with this if they are not careful. Watch Thompson in P4. He's got the speed, no doubt, here this weekend. He'll be on the tail of the leaders before this lap is out, before the next few corners are out, as Stanek goes down the inside. The Czech Roman Stanek leads the second lap of the final. Patterson back to third, recovers for second. Brijan has lost out big time. Bosco's also getting involved in this. The two baby race teammates go side by side into the Vegas sweeper. Then it's Pietro Deliguanti, the Italian in the Tony kart, is also there. Roman Stanek, what a lead from the Czech. Patterson is in second, but the freight train is breathing down his neck. The baby race drivers lose a ton of time out of the hairpin that time. Here comes Harry Thompson up the inside, takes the reigning world champion Patterson back to P3. Hugo Sass, the German, in the Zanardi goes fourth. Patterson fights back the two Brits side by side, they touch. Oh, they're both out. Can you believe it? Thompson is out. Patterson, the reigning world champion, is out. The two Brits, no love lost between them. Thompson is attempting to restart. and he does so at the very back of the field. Patterson walks away despondently. The reigning world champion is out. Stanek with an enormous lead after 4 laps to Hugo Sass, the German, who inherits second spot. Pietro Deleguanti in third, Luca Bosco in fourth. Gabrielle Minnie, there is the Italian with the white helmet in the Paralin, 374. P5, Pizzi, then it's Brijan. Fusco, Majevec, she's in ninth, and Bastian Bus, the Dane, runs out the 10. The first of the Forza Racing Team drivers is now Johnny Edgar, who's in 11th, and from grid number 21 up into 11th, Luigi Coluccio has already passed 10 go-karts in 4 laps. There's Minnie. That was Pizzi and Brijan. As Sass looks behind him, waves to Deleguanti, says, look, Roman's walking away with this. We need to catch him. The Czech leads the German. Then it's 4 Italians, Deleguanti, Bosco, Minnie and Pizzi. The Russian Brijan from Veg, Fusco. Edgar now moves into 10 from Bus, who repasses Coluccio. Luigi stays in P12. Remember, he started out of grid number 21. Sass being hounded by Pietro Deleguanti. 307. The Vortex-powered Tony Kart. On the back of the Perilla-powered Zanardi. Deleguanti goes up the inside, will take second spot. All that does is draw Bosco into the battle, and Lex Stanek extend his lead. It was 1.6 seconds. Look at Roman. He's 2 seconds down the road as Gabrielle Minnie sets the fastest lap of the race. A 50.4 for the driver in P5. In the Paralin Cup, there he is, trying to stay with his countryman, Luca Bosco. They go over the ripple strips, they're trading positions and allowing the cosmic cut of Roman Stanek to go away with this one. You can see at the bottom of your screen, Kiko Porto is also up to 14th spot from way back on the grid. Sass goes back and retakes second spot. Bosco in P4, Minnie's right there in P5 as well. They go defensive, that'll cost them time. Bosco will get the run. The driver third on your screen, fourth on the road. Little Luca Bosco. Hit down behind the steering wheel as Deleguanti pulls out. They go side by side. Watch Bosco. He'll take them. He'll almost get the outside of his countryman Deleguanti. Bosco on the podium. The German Sass from third back to fifth. Little Luca Bosco. Side by side, cleanly, aggressively forces his way through into position number 2. Roman Stanek 2.3 seconds down the road as we approach half race distance. Minnie now in third spot. We told you the Paralin was quick. Gabrielle Minnie from grid number 9 is up into third. He just hit the fastest lap of the race. Meanwhile, a problem for the Chinese driver, Xi Wang, who was in 25th, but he's going to join Thompson, Patterson, and also Zach O'Sullivan, the 3 British retirements here this afternoon. This is half race distance. The Italians side by side. Gabrielle Minnie, the WSK Supermaster Series champion for 2017 at the start of the year. That was in the 60cc mini category. He goes up into P2, Bosco third, Sass and Deleguanti P5. Alexei Brijan, after being shuffled back, the Russian in P6. But as it stands, he would take the championship if it were to end right now. Stanek 3.2 seconds down the road. That is an enormous lead as we pass half race distance. The Cosmic leading the Paralin. The Tony Kart of Bosco in P3. Sass in the Zanardi, Deleguanti in the Tony Kart. Brijan, Pizzi, Majevec, she's in P8. Paula Ron and the reigning European champion, Johnny Edgar, rounds out the 10. Well, a sensational start to the race. The question is, can they reel in the leader, Roman Stanek? just got a glimpse of the Cosmic Kart. He's out of shot now. The lead is 3.3 seconds. We'll see if they can reel him in. And unfortunately, we have also lost Bray Keneally, who joins O'Sullivan, Thompson and Patterson. So the 4 British drivers have retired. There's 2 left in Edgar and Alex Simmons. They're running in 10th and 18th respectively. We thought we would hear God Save the Queen ring out on top of the podium this afternoon with Patterson and Thompson starting on the front row of the grid. They have both retired. They've been joined by O'Sullivan and Bray Keneally. 30 drivers still left. The race being led by Roman Stanek, and the gap is now down to 3 seconds. There's 6 seconds left. Gabrielle Minnie, an intense young driver. There is the virtual championship standings as Deliguanti goes down the inside, retakes P4 from Hugo Sass. The style of Gabrielle Minnie, quite different. You get the feeling that he squeezes that steering wheel to death. Bosco, in contrast, sits further back, waits for the corner to come to him. Gabrielle Minnie, he's a mini driver, barely sees over the steering wheel, but he is super quick. He runs P2, and he's got the gap down to 2.7 seconds. He's certainly catching the Czech Roman Stanek. Gabrielle Minnie with a white helmet on screen. The Czech leads 3 Italians, Minnie, Bosco, Deliguanti. Hugo Sass in the Zanardi. Francesco Pizzi, the Fusion Motorsport team driver, has got past Alexei Brijar. There's the Russian, head of Maya Veg, Edgar into 9th, and Paula Rom, the Estonian, rounds out the 10. Time is running out. There is Stanek. The gap 2.7 seconds, down to 2.4. Fastest lap for Gabrielle Minnie, 50.2. He was 0.3 of a second faster than Roman Stanek last time round. Is the Czech driver just controlling the race from there? They go past the abandoned kart of Keneally in the background. There's the abandoned kart of Patterson. Still in the kitty litter here at Adria, or the sand trap. The Brits have retired, all 4 of them, Keneally, O'Sullivan, Thompson and Patterson. And it's the Czech who leads the 3 Italians. There's the German, Hugo Sass, in the Zanardi kart. Gabrielle Minnie, Bosco, Deliguanti, Pizzi and Brijan in the background go side by side out of the hairpin. Stanek across the line with 3 laps to go. The gap down to 2.1 seconds. Minnie took another 0.3 out of Roman that time, but he will need a miracle to catch him. The gap is down to 2.1, another fastest lap for the Paralyn of Gabrielle Minnie, 50.224. He's absolutely flying. Bosco trying to stay with him. He's still on the podium. He's the French-born Italian, Little Luca Bosco for Team Baby Race. But he's losing touch with his countryman, Gabrielle Minnie. Deliguanti, Hugo Sass, the virtual championship. Oh, Brijan would just take it by the skin of his teeth. He's just got past Pizzi, who celebrates his 13th birthday today. Does the Fusion Motorsport team driver, Francesco, running in P7. And that move just would secure the title for Brijan by a single point over Stanek and Bosco. 2 laps now remaining. The driver on screen, Roman Stanek, the gap is down to 1.8 seconds. Another fastest lap, a fastest sector from Gabrielle Minnie. The gap is 1.8 seconds. Surely he cannot do it from there. Deliguanti, he's got his hands full defending from the German. Hugo Sass in the 351 Zanardi kart. Bosco in P3. Stanek will come across the line this time to get the last lap board. Gabrielle Minnie has not given up hope. The gap was 1.8 seconds, another fastest lap, a 50.0 for Gabrielle Minnie. It's down to 1.5 seconds. But you would think the Czech has got this one under control. He's been knocking on the door of a big victory for some time, and it looks as though he's about to do it. For the Cosmic Racing Department, 2 times Cosmic have won the World Championship 2015 with Carol Bash and last year with Victor Martins in juniors. And they're about to take a win here this afternoon. Into the hairpin for the final time. Minnie's coming, but he will not catch him. The final few corners, and the Czech Roman Stanek comes onto the straight to take the checkered flag. He wins the final round of the final cup. Minnie is delighted with second. He'll be on the podium later. Bosco takes P3. We're looking at the virtual championship, and it looks as though Stanek has taken the title by 4 points over Alexei Brijan, with Bosco third in the series. A brilliant drive from Roman Stanek. There is the race winner in the 308. The Vortex-powered Cosmic Kart started out at grid number 5, and with that he has taken the final cup, the title that was won last year by the 2016 World Champion Victor Martins. Roman Stanek takes the race win, and with that the title. We go back to the start. Remember, the Brits started on the front row of the grid, Patterson and Thompson. Patterson did lead away off the start from Alexei Brijan. The Russian made a great start. Stanek forced his way into the lead as they got past the reigning world champion, Dexter Patterson. The two Brits went side by side. This was brilliant racing up until this point. Mr. Thompson and the wee lad from Glasgow. And that's the end of their race right there. Unfortunately, they would retire. The reigning world champ and Harry Thompson, not a memorable weekend for the Brits. From there, Roman Stanek simply pulled away. He would win by 1.2 seconds in the end. Had Gabrielle Minnie not started further back on the grid, who knows how it would have ended. Not taking anything away from Roman Stanek. Could have, would have, should have. That's how it fell. A great drive, nevertheless, by Gabrielle Minnie. Picked them off one by one. This is when he went past Bosco into second spot, and that's how the order stayed. Deliguanti and Hugo Sass, the Italian and the German, put on a great drive, but Roman Stanek second. Gabrielle Minnie, understandably delighted. We'll see him on the podium. And little Luca Bosco, P3 in the race here this afternoon. And with that, Bosco finishes third in the final cup for 2017. Congratulations to the Czech, Roman Stanek. Minnie second, Bosco third. And Stanek, with that, provisionally takes the title for 2017. About to get underway with the podium for the junior race here this afternoon and also the championship. A brilliant race for the juniors here on a dry circuit, and believe it or not, after a dismal weekend weather-wise, the sun is trying to poke its way through here this afternoon. We're about to get underway. What a brilliant race it was. Third place for Team Baby Race, Little Luca Bosco. Second place here this afternoon. He's been brilliant all weekend. The Italian for Team Paralin, Gabrielle Minnie. A brilliant drive for the Cosmic Team pilot. The top step of the podium, the Czech, Roman Stanek. The girls too present the third place trophy to Luca Bosco. The second place trophy to the Italian Gabrielle Minnie. And the winner of the final round of the final cup, the Czech, Roman Stanek. The girls also to present the Avio Milano timepieces to Luca, Gabriele, and Roman. As we stand by for the national anthem of the Czech Republic. The podium for the junior final here this afternoon. Third place, Luca Bosco. Second place, Gabrielle Minnie. And the winner of the final race of 2017 for Team Cosmic from the Czech Republic, Roman Stanek. The official photo for the final time for 2017. And in a moment, we will also present the trophies for the WSK Final Cup for the championship for this year. And don't forget, in 2018, we become a 3-round series. The podium for the final race of 2017 for OK Junior. Podium for the final race of 2017. Grazie a Gabrielle Minnie, secondo posto nell'ultima gara. Oggi pomeriggio facciamo anche il podio per il campionato per 2017. We will also do the podium for the series here this afternoon. It came down to just a few points. And in the end, it was a brilliant drive from Stanek that secured him the title. But third place in the final cup for 2017, Luca Bosco. Second place in the WSK Final Cup standings for 2017, also from Team Baby Race, from Russia, Alexei Brizhan. Inheriting the title from the 2016 World Champion Victor Martins, the final cup winner for 2017. From the Czech Republic, it's Roman Stanek. The third place trophy to be presented to Luca Bosco. Second place, Alexei Brijan. And the winner of the title for 2017, Roman Stanek.